Hello everyone. On behalf of DYP Akudu Talk Show, I Shubhangi, your host, would like to welcome you all. Today, there is a greater impact of COVID pandemic on all of us. Our offices have shifted to our homes, and every individual is trying to give their best on professional front. At the same time, we are also looking to have a peace of mind too. And this has actually made us realize the importance of architecture at our homes, at our offices, at hospitals. So to understand the various aspects of this architecture field, so before we proceed, let me first introduce you all to architect Dhananjay Chaudhary. Sir is having a rich experience of 27 years in academics. He has completed his graduation from BKPS College of Architecture, Pune, and his post-graduation from School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi. Sir is also extending his services in the field of research, and also he is doing various types of the architectural consultancy projects. Sir was also awarded with the Young Designer Award 2008 from A+D magazine. Currently, Sir is heading the College of Architecture at Akudi campus as a principal. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
To start with, can you please tell our viewers more about the field of architecture?
Okay, architecture, if you see broadly, it's an amalgamation of art and technology. Okay, so it is not related only with creative field and innovative field. It is also related with the technology, which is also very important. So when we design a building, it's the creative thinking also, as well as the technology which is also there, the building materials and the construction technology, that is also very important to study. Architecture is not only related with, as I said, art, it is related with the technology also. And it is not only about designing building, it is more of space, designing space. So if you see the master architects, they always insist on designing a space rather than a building. So if you see all these building materials, the glass, the bricks, the stones, all these are just building materials. They are collective effect of all these materials and light effects and everything designs a space. So that is very important if you see. And on a broader perspective, if you see, architects are responsible for creating better public spaces, transportation, and of course the infrastructure, that is also very important. And collectively, this helps to develop the country, channelize the country's growth, and overall, if you see the scenario world over, the architecture of any country defines the growth of the country. That is also a very important thing which I would like to share.
Yeah, very true, sir, actually.
Yes.
Architecture is one of the aspects which will help us in having a flawless conduct of our day-to-day activities.
Really.
Taking this question ahead, sir,
Yes.
would you please elaborate about the course and its contents?
Okay, see, architecture course in India, it's a 5-year full-time course. Okay, it's a degree course, and the apex body of architecture is Council of Architecture. It is as per the Architects Act 1972, right? So when a Council of Architecture gives a registration number to the pass out student, then only the student can practice as an architect.
Okay.
If you don't have council registration number, then you cannot have the title also as an architect.
Oh.
Okay, so this is very important that you should have a council registration number to practice as an architect. Okay, if you see the main content, or rather the syllabus of the architecture course, it is mainly the architectural design as a core subject. Okay, wherein you design, you learn the theory of the design, you learn the various aspects, elements and principles of design, and along with then you have other subjects, the supporting subjects like building technology, then building services, the working drawing, and of course the history of architecture. That is also very important subject, I would say, is very important as far as architecture syllabus is concerned. Apart from this syllabus, you need various skills to have better understanding of architecture. First important is observation skill. Okay, that is very important for an architect or other aspiring student to have. So wherever you go, you should have that analytical mind, you should have that observation sensitivity, of course the creative and out of box thinking, that is also very important. Apart from that, you must understand the behavior of the human, the psychology of the user, because that is also very important, because whenever you are designing a building, you are designing for that client. So, you must understand his behavior, his day-to-day routine, his psychology, his liking, disliking. That is also very important as far as the skills are concerned. Apart from this, if you go again further, you need presentation skills also, the communication skill. If you are good at design, but if you cannot present it properly, then it's of no use. So, you need to have the good verbal communication also, and the presentation skills also. There are so many softwares which are available in the
Okay.
market also. So, like AutoCAD, Revit, then Photoshop, all these things, 3D Max. So, all these software skills are also very important as far as an architect is concerned, to communicate his idea.
Okay. Actually, sir, this question has helped our audience to understand that what are the various skill sets that are required to become a budding architect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as an architect, if you see what is his role and responsibility after passing out. So, generally if you see, the architect will take the requirements of the user, okay, of a client. Okay. So, he will discuss, because most of the time the clients are not very much clear in their mind ki what should be my requirement, what I want. So, it's architect's skill to take out the requirements from the client. So, that is very important. So, then once he gets the design requirements, the design brief, then he starts designing the building space, the materials and everything, and he gives 2-3 options, of course, with related to the building bylaws and safety regulations that are also very important now in today's context. So, he shows 3D hand sketches, 3D models and detailed drawing to the clients. Once it approves, then it goes to the construction site. Architect is also very much plays an important role in cost effectiveness of the building also.
Okay.
So, his role is he must understand the basic economics of the building also, that is also very important. And once the execution starts, then his responsibility is to go and supervise whether the building is being designed as per the drawing and design. And if there are any certain changes, of course, then he or she can just explain on the site and give the revised drawing also, that is also very important. And once the building is complete, it is his responsibility to give a complete documentation of that building for further references for various consultants. That is also role of an architect.
Yes, actually, sir, the way you have answered this question is very informative, especially to a common man.
Yes.
Sir, do you think that COVID has impacted the way of imparting architectural education and the profession?
Yes, of course. If you see architectural education and profession, they are two separate things. Okay. First, we will see about architecture education. Now, as you know, because of this pandemic, lockdown, we have social distancing. Okay. There was most of the time, this, as per the government norms, we are not allowed to, the students are not allowed to go to the college. If you see the architectural education, it is mainly related with one-to-one interaction. It is not just imparting the lectures as such. So, if you see, we have only 70%, we have 70% of designing part where we have to have one-to-one interaction, and 30% only theory lectures. So, 70% studio has to be one-to-one interaction, but we have found the solution on this also. Okay. So, we are conducting online classes as per university. We have e-content, developed e-content. There are so many online platforms also like Google Meet for lectures, Google Classrooms for theory and assessment also. So, students, they upload their drawings on those platforms, and of course, our faculty, they assess and give the comments in turn also. So, apart from this, we have guest lectures also. We have conducted webinars also of renowned architects, the practicing architects. So, that is also very important. And if you see the SPPU guidelines, the University of Pune guideline, Savitribhai Phule Pune University guidelines. So, we have conducted final year exam also, online exam also. That is also very important. Of course, we found some difficulties because it's all the, if you, as I said, it's a studio work. But yes, we could conduct all these examinations also in time also, and very effectively also.
Yeah, that really is very impressive, I should say.
Yes, and second part I would I would like to focus on the profession. That is also very important. If you see nowadays, initially the buildings used to be very big buildings wherein everybody used to come and work.
Yes.
But now, because of the social distancing and government norms, there is and the technology which is there. So it is all most of the people are working from home, and
Yeah.
it is resulting reducing the number of the floor space of an office. Initially, if 100 people used to be in one building, now hardly 10 people are required in that building, but the output is the same.
Yes.
Okay, the employee, they are working from home. Of course, it is saving on their transportation, saving on their time. They are giving quality time to their family also. But in turn, they are giving the results, the same results which used to be they used to give in the office. So ultimately, if you see the scenario overall, it is in other way it is helping, because ultimately it is helping the countries, saving countries resources also, like electricity, transportation, and all these kind of things.
Sir, can you please throw some light on how the architects are playing an important role in maintaining the environment of our country?
Yeah, this is a very good question, because if you see nowadays in India also, there are glass buildings, glass facade buildings which are coming up, okay, but that is not the culture of our country,
Yes, true.
because that is not very much required in our country. If you see all these glass buildings, they are European countries where the temperature, their overall climate is very low, okay, the temperature is low, but in our country that is not required at all. In our country, the traditional material, the vernacular architecture plays a very important role in architecture. If you see our old houses, all havelis or old buildings, you will never find big glass facade
Yes.
and big glass use of glass in that buildings, but wherein you will find very small openings. That is because to reduce the glare of the sun, because we come under hot and dry climate. Most of the areas in India come under hot and dry climate, so we don't really require all these glass facade buildings, because it is ultimately you are increasing the inside temperature of the building, and then you are giving load on your air conditioning. So
Yes.
ultimately it is expenses are increasing, and of course the the greenhouse gas emission is also there. And this is how the pollution is controlled, because you are increasing load on electricity, you are increasing load on air conditioning, all the other building services. So that is not very much required. If you see the master architects in India, they will never use this glass in abundance. Okay, they will always try to reduce wherever it is necessary, especially just for the sake of we are just copying the European and American buildings in India. That is not at all required. If you really want to consider the good part of as far as our environment is concerned, in India that is not at all required. This is what I feel.
Yes, actually, very well said, sir. Architects are playing an important role in having a good amalgamation of our traditional as well as modern
Yes.
culture. So, that exactly is what we are looking for our future generations too.
Very right. Very right.
So, sir, which avenues are there for a budding architect to look for in architecture?
Okay, after passing out Bachelor of Architecture, so there are so many avenues. Nowadays, it is there are so many avenues which are open for the architectural students. So either the student can go directly for the higher studies, or he can go into an office or start his own practice also once he get the architectural registration number, council registration number. So there are mainly three master divisions, I would say, streams I would say. One is Master of Architecture, second is Master of Planning, and Master of Design. These are the three avenues broadly which are available for Master of Architecture for pursuing their masters. So in Master of Architecture and Planning, you can have architectural conservation, then sustainable architecture, then I would say architecture education, urban design, urban planning, then landscape, construction management. There are so many avenues which are very much required, and nowadays it is very much required, because architects only BArch will not suffice. You have to
Yes.
have specialized knowledge, because there is a demand from specialized. And as far as the jobs are concerned, you can have your consultancy. There are so many government jobs also in PWD, in state housing boards and city development authorities, and so many.
Okay. Actually, sir, you have given a very good information for the future students to look into the different aspects that they can for this architecture field. So, sir, as a principal of Dr. D.Y. Patel College of Architecture, Akodi, Pune, what are the initiatives that are taken at your college?
Okay, see, if you see, there are 465 architecture colleges in India, okay, out of which Pune has more than 25 architecture colleges in India, and ours is the oldest college in PCMC area. So it
That's great.
started in it started in 2000, year 2000, and of course it is the apex body is Council of Architecture, and it is affiliated to Savitribai Phule Pune University, and we follow the SPPU norms also, and special efforts. We are not just focusing only on the SPPU syllabus, we are having special efforts on elaborating the syllabus content of the SPPU. Because if you see the Council of Architecture, they give just the guidelines, okay, the broad guidelines in which you should have your syllabus framed, but we are not following only SPPU syllabus, we are going beyond that and having more I would say hands-on experience, then workshops and seminars, especially for architecture students. Because if you see architecture, it's a field where you need to work on site, you need to go to sites and see what are the practicality of the building or the projects or any design process as such. Okay, so that is very important, and we take all the students to various sites, construction sites, then we take them to the architect's office also, how the architect's office work, right from design stage to the execution stage, what are the different types of drawings which are prepared by architects, what are the drawings which are required at office, what are the drawings required for the sites. So this awareness is very important, because what we want to give our student, they should be ready for the market. Okay,
Yes.
so once they go into the market, once they go into the profession, they should not have any confusion in their mind. What should I do? Where should I go? So we normally we take special lectures from the municipal corporation people, because building bylaws also plays a very important role in designing any building in whether it's in Pune or whether it's in India, wherever you go. Okay, so we give awareness about the building norms also. So that is also very important part as far as then we take them to various study tours also. That is also very important, because one must understand the history of architecture. So mainly the first year, if you see the first year, we take them to vernacular sites, we take them to villages, we make them understand what is the vernacular architecture, what is our traditional architecture, what are the buildings, the technology, because on that basis only the modern technology is emerged. Okay, so in second year, third year, we take them to historical buildings like cities, I would say. In third year, we take them to the contemporary, show them contemporary buildings like Delhi, Gurgaon, if you see Chandigarh, right. So our study is also very well planned according to the syllabus, according to the design requirements. Then we plan the study tours, and if you see, we take a design project for that particular context also. So for first year, we wherever we go for as a site visit, we study their culture, we study their material, building technology, their climate of that particular area, and we identify the design requirement for that particular region or the particular area, and we give the design exercise for our students. So they study all the I would say the tradition, the culture of that particular area, and they design the building for that region also. So that is also very important part, I would say, which the initiative which we normally take. If you see, every alternate year we are conducting Build Tech. That is also a very important I would say event which normally students really enjoy, wherein we ask the students to prepare building models also. So because the student, if you come to our college, you will see the student have made various models, right from stadium to collapsible doors, collapsible windows, working model of drainage and water supply systems. So that so once the students make with their own hand, they understand the basic principle of their materials and technology. So that is also very important, I would say. Next is when they go to their fourth year. Okay, so we ask them to design a housing project. Okay, So wherein housing project, if you see the building flats and they are almost similar, but wherein in any housing building we insist more on the social aspect of the design, the urban design
That's
part
wonderful.
of, yeah, that is urban part of the, because when in a society it is not only the flats or the building, it is the social culture that is of that particular society which is very important. Okay, the kids, the working people, then the, of course there would be many, I would say the parents, the grown up parents, the old people. So it is the social aspect of that particular housing society is very important. Okay, for example, if I would say, if a working woman or a housewife, she wants to send his her I would say kid for playing into the playground, so she should be relaxed. So she should not be worried about whether how the traffic will come. Okay, so
Yes.
accordingly the traffic flow pattern has to be maintained. So these are the smaller issues. We give more importance on these aspects rather than designing a flat, because flat combination of 1 BHK, 2 BHK, there could be any numbers, and there are so many things which are available in the market also. So these are the aspects which are very important for as far as our college is concerned. For final year thesis, we start our final year work in 4th year only. Okay. So we have one subject in 4th year, that is research in architecture. So we ask students to start researching, keeping in their mind their final year thesis. Okay, so that is very important. The students start their their research right in the fourth year, and it is a continuation of that research in architecture process, and it ends up into their thesis, the final year thesis. That is also very important for a student to understand the complete process of a building. So in that the analysis part is done in 4th year, and till the brief finalization, and once they come into final year, it is they directly start with the their I would say the final year thesis project.
Okay.
And the guides for those thesis projects are given in 4th year only. So this is also, I would say, a very unique things which we are doing as far as better understanding of architecture and the completion of the process, I would say. And of course, the students, we encourage many students in participating in design competitions. Okay, so if you see, there is a one organization, government organization, that is INSTAC, Institute for Steel Development and Growth in India.
Okay.
So wherein this organization mainly encourage students to use steel as a prime building material rather than concrete. So our students have participated, every year they are participated, and most of the years they are getting first prize or the second prize in all these competitions. We have in architecture, we have NASA, that is National Association of Students of Architecture.
Okay.
So it's a convention, it's a zonal convention as well as national level convention. And our students are participating in those competitions, and they have bagged first prize citation in most of the competitions. There are so many trophies. One competition which was which was organized by HDFC, Housing Development Finance Corporation. So they had sponsored this competition to design a, I would say, a school for the kids for in rural areas. And that was part of NASA only, the design brief, and it was totally sponsored. And our students got first prize in that. And HDFC people, they have taken our students in Bihar, in Ranchi, and they have implemented our design, that model, into various cities of Bihar, and that model is being implemented for that area, and it is going to be, now it is, the construction work is going on. Our students, they went there, and of course they guided the authorities over there, and they gave the drawings and everything. So this is how we are doing all these things. Apart from, as I said, curriculum, we have extracurricular and co-curricular activities, that is also plays a very important role in overall development of the students. So we are doing so many things in our college, and that's what our cutoff for admissions is highest in this region, and we are getting very good quality students, and once they pass out, of course, they are also doing very well in their profession.
That really is very wonderful, sir. I must say that. And your students are very fortunate enough to be in your college.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. It really was very interactive session, and we have understood the different facets of architecture in this particular talk. So we are again very thank you to sir.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me on this show.
Yeah. So here we conclude with the session. It really was wonderful to have an insight in the architecture field. I hope the audience must have some or the other take-home message from this session. So, let's meet in the next episode of DYP Akodi Talk Show. Till then, take care, stay safe, and let's educate to elevate. Thank you.